Hi, this is Debbie from Organic Oasis, California. Today I'm going to be showing you how to can tomatoes to make tomato sauce. Tim and I grow a small garden here. We grow organically for our health and for the best flavor. Tim loves growing tomatoes. Here's one of the beauties that he grew this year. It takes a lot of tomatoes to can tomato sauce though. Tim has 33 plants, and every season we get about 5 or 6 quarts of spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce, enchilada sauce. We get enough to last all year, but to be honest, even with 33 plants, we do run out by the end of the year, and then we're ready to start again to grow more tomatoes and to can more of our delicious tomatoes. We do this because we like the idea that we are controlling what goes into our bodies for our health. We know that these are growing organically, and we're just so excited to share that with you today. Once you grow your tomatoes and you harvest them, it's important to preserve them quickly. You can dehydrate them, and you can also can them. You can also ferment them. There's many ways you can preserve them. But if you don't preserve them quickly, they will spoil. I'm going to show you today how I can them. So when you decide to can tomatoes, you have to be safe. I use this book here as a guideline. It's the United States Department of Agricultural home canning book. It tells you exactly how to process your tomatoes so that they're safe to eat. I preserve them every year, and I've been eating them and giving them as gifts. It's very safe to can as long as you follow the guidelines. I ended up with 17.5 pounds of tomatoes that I quartered. Now I'm going to boil them to soften the skins, and then I'll run them through the food mill. Now it's time to take the tomatoes that have been cooked and to put them through the strainer. And this way it takes out the seeds and the tomato skin. After straining the tomatoes and removing all the seed and skins, now you go ahead and boil the sauce until it's to the consistency that you want. I like to get mine reduced by about 50% so that it's nice and thick. The tomato sauce is now thickened and it's been reduced by 50%. It's ready to can it. Here is my Presto 23 quart pressure canner, and I need to put 3 quarts of water in it. I'm getting ready to can the tomato sauce. It is now recommended to put in lemon juice or citric acid into the jars with the tomato sauce or the canned tomatoes, because tomatoes are not as acidic as they used to be. So I chose to use the citric acid. I will put a 1/4 teaspoon into each one of my jars. If I wanted to, I could use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and this is for pints. This is the book that I've been using for this recipe. It's the Ball Guide to Preserving. Because I'm making tomato sauce, they have an option to add spices to your tomato sauce. So you would put in 2 1/4 teaspoons of spice to each jar, along with the lemon juice or citric acid. I've already mixed up the spices. I have an Italian spice ready to go to add to my jars. I also have a Mexican spice that I mixed up. These recipes can be found in the Ball book that I just showed you. So my pressure cooker now is heating up, and once the steam starts coming out of the valve, you let that go for 10 minutes. This gets all of the air out of the inside of the canner. I'm at the stage in my pressure canning my tomato sauce where I have my 9 pints in the canner. I have my 2-stage weight on here. The 2 stages will keep the pressure at about 10 psi, and as you can see, it's just about 11, which is perfect. My pints will go for 15 minutes. I'm under 1,000 feet altitude, and if you live over 1,000 feet altitude, you would need to go add 15 psi. And the 15 minutes is the same for quarts or pints. As you can see, this is a jiggler. It jiggles too. And it also lets you know that it's canning, the pressure is at the right PSI, and it's doing its job. The 15-minute timer went off. But now we need to wait for the pressure to come completely down to 0. And also this little safety switch over here needs to come down. That switch right there that you can see that's popped up is showing that the pressure is still high inside. And once the pressure goes down to 0, that should pop down as well. Well, it's finished. The process is finished. I have 9 pints of amazing tomato sauce with Italian flavors and Mexican spice flavors. I'm so excited. I'm really happy to have these preserves here because I know that they're organically grown tomatoes. They have lots of vitamins in them and no negative pesticides or anything in them, organically grown from us. I know it's great for our health, and it tastes so much better than the canned tomatoes that we buy in the grocery store. So I want to hear your experience with growing tomatoes and canning. If it's your hobby and that's what you do, please comment below and let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And also, Organic Oasis California, my husband Tim and I plan to continue to post videos on canning and preserving and growing for our health. Please follow along and subscribe. Thank you.